Good morning. Hi guys, welcome to Coffee and Craft with me, Laura.
And me, Alison.
And
Owen.
in the corner.
Owen on the decks.
Yes. That's why it's taken us an extra 10 minutes because he was moaning about because wires and cables being all mixed up.
Losing a craft file, so he didn't show up today.
So Owen was like, he needs to label all the wires.
But we're here.
Yeah, we made it. So thanks for all your comments coming through. We've left it 2 weeks just so we can try and gather a lot of questions, and people come through at different times in different places. So we just thought we'll give it probably 2 weeks between each show so we can prepare everything and get it all ready. Because some of the demos, obviously with Alison creating other stuff, we need to try and fit.
It's been a bit of a busy time the last couple of weeks.
Especially running up to Christmas. So we have had a few come through. Don't forget, guys, you can obviously ask questions as we go along, and if you're seeing something you're not sure of, just pop it on the comments and I'll keep track of it. So if you see me looking down, I'm reading your comments on here, so pop anything through. So we did have a question. Sorry, I didn't write your name down. It was on the live chat, I think. And a lady said she loves the Nouveau drops. Are we doing this one, yeah?
Yeah.
And she was trying to add some red drops with some green stamped holly. She knew the red drops might pick up the green ink, so she made the dots on shiny paper, then glued them to the card, but the glue moistened the stamping ink and the drops turned greenish anyway. How can she avoid this?
Okay, now the only thing I can think of is it's the ink you use. It's either the ink or it's the glue. I'm thinking that they're both water-based, so therefore that is why the colour is running. So you need to change to a more permanent ink. Something like the Nouveau ink. What else have we got? Maybe an archival ink. Stays on. Something like that. There's some more alcohol based. VersaFine would be another one.
So you'd want to avoid water-based
You want to avoid a water-based ink. That's what I'm thinking. Other than that, you're going to have to play with the glues that you've got and try different ones and see what will affect the ink. So try it on a scrap of paper and see which one works with it.
See how you go, really, isn't
yeah.
it? Try different things.
It is going to be a bit of trial and error, I'm afraid. Yeah. So I haven't got one definite answer for that.
Yeah, have a little go, but it's probably the water and the ink is just being pulled out, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, Sue Stone wanted to know how some different techniques for glimmer paste.
Okay. We have done a couple of these before, but I suspect there's a few of you now that have got a few questions. So this is the glimmer paste that we, not glimmer paste.
Mousse.
No, we're doing glimmer paste, not mousse. Sorry.
Glimmer paste, she wanted some
glimmer
ideas.
Paste. Right. She wanted to know how to put it onto glass.
Do you need some card as well?
No, I'm all right, because I know she wanted to put it on glass. That's what I'm thinking. So I've got a couple of ideas of what we've done on glass. So these are all glimmer paste. This one was done ages and ages ago, when the glimmer paste was launched, actually. So, I mean, if you shove something sharp underneath these, they will come off. But this has been there, there's been stuff on top of it, it's been rubbed, it's been washed.
You'd need to chisel at it basically to get it off.
You can get it off. I mean, if you really push your nail underneath it, it will pick off.
But unless if you're looking to put this on something in it to last, unless you purposely want to scrape it off, it should stay on.
It should stay there.
And I tried giving this a scrub the other day, didn't I, with
it's
water.
Been washed.
And I was seeing how effective it was, and none
it's
of it
still
came
there.
off.
It's still there.
Always remember, like, I know my mic's not to you, but wash the lid so you can before you put the lid back on, because it is that strong that you won't be able to get the lid back on.
It's like cement.
It is, so
yes,
just bear that in mind. That's your piece of advice.
Rock hard cement.
So this is another project that I did with glimmer paste. So 2 lots on here. I'll show you the back of it. On the top here, you can see it looks a bit whiter than the base. What I did with the top, I painted it with white gesso first because I wanted that opacity to it. On the bottom, I just sponged the glimmer paste. So what we can do, I'll show you exactly how I did it. So I've got a stencil here.
So how many coats did that take then, Al?
That was probably about 2, possibly 3 coats on there. So it did take a little bit. So I've got a stencil here. I'm not sure what you want to stencil to. I don't know whether you're with us today or not.
I don't think she is just yet. I'm sure she'll pop in.
I'm sure we'll say hello. Okay, so I'm just gonna tape this down. So this is one of our stencils. Oh, am I right on the edge? I'm trying to do it on a space that hasn't got anything on there. Right, we'll go up there then.
So just use a bit of masking tape.
This is just your common or garden. I mean, you can use your magic tape, your Scotch magic tape. Hello, Sue.
She would, didn't I?
Hello. We're doing your glimmer paste. What are you planning on putting your glimmer paste on, Sue?
I think she just wanted, because from the message she posted, she said she'd won the glimmer paste and just didn't really know what to do with it. So I don't think she's got something set in mind. Just a few ideas, I think.
Okay. This is our glimmer paste. I don't know whether you can see in there. It looks a pretty dark pot there to me. So just take a little bit out with your palette knife and you can hear it. And I'm just rubbing it across a stencil.
So would you leave that to dry before you take the stencil off?
No, take the stencil off first and then leave it to dry. So all these bits on here, Sue, have been done with the stencil. They've been on here now, I can't even think how long ago. It's got to be it's well over a year, I would say, since we launched the glimmer paste, and that's how long they've been on here. Because I was testing them to see what I could do with it, basically.
So you can do this technique, mind, on anything, can't you?
Yeah, this can be cards, it can be anything at all. So there's, wash your stencils as soon as you can afterwards. I may as well do it now. Baby wipe will clean them.
Put them in a nice bowl of soapy warm water is probably the best thing to do, isn't it? And the less messy thing to do.
So I'm just going to pop that together. But like I say, this could be cardstock, this could be anything. You can do it on fabric. I've done a cushion upstairs. I wouldn't put it on your pillows and things because it's a little bit rough.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to sleep on that.
But anything decorative, you know that chair that nobody's allowed to sit on, that's the best place to put it. Yeah. It could be little gym bags for girls. As you can see, the stencil is well used.
Mirrors as well. The outside of a mirror.
Mirror, yeah, mirror.
You can literally use it on anything really. But I think the glass look is probably one of my favourites with the glimmer paste. I think it looks amazing on glass.
It does look lovely.
Yeah.
With this, I know Sue wasn't with us. The top of this, Sue, I've painted with white gesso. The bottom, I haven't. So the top is a little bit more opaque than the base. But that's all I've done with it. I have taken a little sponge. I have got a sponge in my box here. Well, I thought, yes, I have. I would use your old sponges because sometimes you don't get out all the glue and they can go a little bit hard afterwards. So that's all I've done. I got nothing on this glass at all. It is just a plain glass. So I'm going to take out a little bit of my glimmer paste.
Sarah said, what stencil is that?
Oh,
can't remember what that one's called.
I can't remember the name of it, I'm afraid.
If you look on our website though, you'll be able to find all different ones of our stencils. You can have a browse, and then just if you find one you like, pop it into Google and find a retailer for it then.
There have been Tonic Studio stencils. We haven't done a vast majority, we've done a few stencils, so you'll find it on there. But with that design, I'm not too sure. We did some nice big ones.
Oh, I'm doing this over here and you can't see it, sorry. I'm so sorry. But that's all I'm doing is pouncing with a glimmer paste. And it depends whether you want a see-through look, because this could be for a candle.
I was going to say that would look nice as a tea light holder, wouldn't it?
You could put a bit of tape around the middle if you wanted to, and then put a ribbon around it.
Yeah.
You can still put a ribbon over this. But if there's no glimmer paste, then it'll lie flatter.
This would be a nice idea for Christmas presents. You know, especially if you do want to make all your stuff, is to go into like one of the pound shops, buy some nice little glasses, or even glass tea light holders as they are, and then glimmer them up.
Exactly.
Put some nice smelly candles in them for Christmas, and a nice bow, and that is a beautiful Christmas present, isn't it?
I mean, you can go into the Yankee candle shop or one of those, and they sell the little boxes of tea lights. I think it's about 8 or 12 in a box.
Yeah.
IKEA, they do beautiful smelly tea lights in there.
And they're so cheap as well.
Exactly, exactly.
Fun project for the kids, you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I would advise you not to get it on your clothes if you're doing it with the children. You know, put an apron or something on them.
The thing is, will it wash okay on a pillow?
Did I wash the fabric? Did I wash it? I don't think I washed it. I can't remember. I would try it on a... Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I tried it on a scrap piece of fabric. Yes, I washed it, but hand washed it. I haven't put it in the machine.
Doesn't mean it won't work in a machine. We just haven't tried it, so it could
No, we haven't got a machine in work.
No.
Kidu says it might go nice on a lampshade as well.
Yes, lampshades would be good.
Yeah, Sarah, you could use it on a mug. You can literally, if you've got any kind of hard surface, even wood and stuff, it would stick to that. It does literally grab on and go really hard. So, you know, you could literally use it on anything, I would say.
So that's the two techniques I would say. So is either sponge it on, or I would rub it through a stencil. But as you can see, you can try anything with it. And this has been about a year. So anything you've got left on your worktop, on your glass mat rather, not your worktop, pop it back in the pot. But keep the top of your pots clean, because otherwise you'll find you're going to have trouble getting the lid off. So give it a little wipe around the top. Oh, sorry. I keep forgetting you're over here.
Put a little bark.
I do. So wipe the top, and then lid. There it is. Pop the lid back on.
And hey presto.
And that's it. Was there anything else you wanted to ask, Sue?
No, I think she's happy. She said it looks fab. You've been very helpful, Ali. Thank you so much. She just posted.
Oh, you're welcome, Sue.
So hopefully it might inspire a few of you to have a go with the glimmer paste now. So it is a really good product.
Oh,
especially if you like getting like a little bit messy and really trying things out. This is probably, along with the moves, something really good to have a play with.
Oh yeah.
So Sheila Empson. Hi Sheila. I think you're watching.
Hiya Sheila.
She just wanted to know how to use the embossing pen that was free in the kit.
Right, so the embossing pen is the same ink as our Clear Mark ink pads. So it's an embossing ink. I'm just going to put that over there to dry. So a couple of ideas I thought I would give you. So the first one I would say is when you've stamped, and you know you've got that little area that you've stamped and you've kind of missed with the ink. And you've already heated it, so what are you going to do? You can't restamp it because you don't know you've missed it initially. Use your pen to fill in that little area. The other things you can do with it, I've got a bit of card here. Hang on, let me move everything around you. Just to give you a little idea of what you can do. So I'm just going to cut it down. Imagine this is my mat and laying out to go on my card. So we'll have a little square, and I have got, oh, I know what I haven't brought down. Oh, you've got a heat gun here, haven't we?
So, have a look on the shelf.
I have a feeling I'm going to need to plug it in. I brought everything else but didn't bring my heat gun. Ta-da! Ta-da! That's it. That's the one. me find my pen. Yes, I've got that. Right. So as always when I'm using embossing inks, I will always use a little, it's like a degreasing pack, anti-static pack it is, just to rub over the edges. So what I was thinking I could do was a nice little layer. So I've got my ruler and I'm just going to pop a little line, just making sure it's primed at the moment. Ooh, that was a squeak. Don't think it's, no, it's not primed. So to prime the pen, sorry, I do all sorts of squeaky things.
I was trying to hold it in and I couldn't.
Just so those shoulders go then.
It's a delayed reaction.
Pounce your pen.
I'm trying to fight it, Al, I was.
Sorry, it's only because I hadn't prepped the pen. Right, there we are. So my ink is now at the base. And the reason I know it's there is shiny. You can see a shiny on the nib.
Yeah, you get a little bit of a film.
A little bit of a glimmer. So I'm just drawing down the edge. Make sure yeah, it's there. So I'm just going to do the same again. There we are. Yeah. Because it's so clear, you can't see whether it's there or not. Now I've got a little bit, whoops, of our, this is our sparkly, glitter noir. It's a bit posh, isn't it? Noir. So we've got a little bit of a...
Oh, I like that.
I thought you might. I obviously haven't primed my pen enough.
Is that what it's meant to look like?
No.
Oh, it looks
I
the
thought
same
it was, yeah.
as it did before.
It looks like one of those ink blotches now, like on that page. Like,
It does, doesn't it?
Looks so dark, it's so awesome.
It's come down to the thing, it hasn't reached the tip. I'm halfway there, I
A
think.
few questions on Facebook. Someone saying, is it food safe?
What's that?
It's what food safe.
Oh, with the mug. Well, it's
not made as food safe. I would put it, if you're going to put it on a mug, I wouldn't take it to the rim of the mug.
Yeah, just in case.
It's not classed as food safe. Right, let's try again then. There we are. It's there now.
It's there, Al.
You can see it. Yeah, just making sure I've got it everywhere. Yeah, it's there. So a little bit more pouncing than I originally planned.
We can see it.
Yeah, it's shining now, definitely. So I'm just making sure I've covered the whole area. And just pour the glitter on. The embossing powder.
Sheila just said, no wonder I'm having an issue. I think maybe she hadn't primed her pen either.
Oh, that could be it then,
it's not
Sheila.
working.
Right,
I've
I've missed a little bit on the edge here. So we're just going to heat it up. But this could be any embossing powder. The sparkle one is a little bit harder to see that it's embossed. There we go. You see it going.
So this just acts like a hairdryer really then?
No, if I had a hairdryer it would blow it all off.
Oh, right, okay.
It's just the heat.
What's your...
Is it? Oh!
If I had a hairdryer it'd blow it all off.
It would, as it all goes. Oh, you know you have one of those days. So I've missed a couple of bits there, so I'm just going to fill them in.
It's funny as you were saying that, just as you blow it all your glitter.
I know, but you could write your name. You can do, this could be the recipient of your card that you're putting their name on there.
Oh, pretty.
So it's a nice bullet tip to write with.
Yeah.
So again,
Watch the glitter out. She wants to do it again.
I am going to move it this time.
And that just sets it all nicely.
It does set it.
So you won't get any.
You'll have no shed then.
Okay.
There we go. So there's a couple of ideas there for you, Sheila. So I'm just going to clean up the mess I've created here. I don't know whether you can see it or not, but I have created quite a mess as I've blown my embossing powder everywhere.
There we go, Alice. There we go. Bad.
So I don't know whether everybody knew that we did it glitter embossing powders or sparkle ones. There's a few colours.
As you can see, not coming off.
No, you can give that a nice.
Your handwriting is lovely. It's all bubbly. I like bubbly writing.
My writing used to be about 3 words to a line when I was in school. The teacher had about 20 pages to an essay to read. No, there's only about 3 words there.
Big spaces. That was my trick, that was.
Oh, always
my writing massive, so it looked like I'd done a lot.
Always. Right, so what have we got next? Hope that's okay, Sheila.
Brilliant, she said. Thank
Excellent.
You. Right then, what have we got next?
What have we got next?
Oh, Lindsay McGuire wanted a tutorial on the 3-level marquee box.
Right, okie dokie. So what I've done, I've brought a box down. Lindsay's having trouble getting the edges to be sturdy. Now, to get the edges sturdy is going to depend on what cardstock you use. I've brought this one down. This is 216 GSM. And as you can see, it's quite squishy. This has travelled and the sides have popped in a little bit. On top of that, I have made them weaker by cutting into them, but I have popped a bit of cardstock inside.
For the panels.
You can see that. Oh, there, yeah. I think you can pick that up.
Yep, so you can see the card pieces.
You can
inside.
see that they have dented a little bit, but this is 216.
You don't have to cut holes
out
of the sides.
You
could just.
If you are going to use a thinner card, I would stick the layers on top because that's strengthening your cardstock then. But if you can use a thicker card, then that's what I would recommend. So I've cut this out of 300 GSM. So as you can see, it's a lot thicker.
Yeah, you'll get a much sturdier box with that, won't you?
Exactly. So what I'm going to do is just fold everything and then I'll show you how to put it together. So I'm just going to do all my score lines first. In case you're wondering, this is our kaleidoscope box. So we've got the octagon. It's not really good, my dies have moved a little bit. We've got the octagon lid with our sewing box. And we also have the beautiful things, which is the butterflies and the bows on top.
Oh, whilst we're on these, Al, I had a lady as well pop up and ask me if these would fit into a big shot, the bigger dies.
No.
They wouldn't, would they?
No.
That one would it?
I'm not sure whether that one would either. I'll have to measure it when I go back.
Okay.
I can't, do you know how big a big shot is on the top of your head? This is just over 6 inches, so I've got a feeling a big shot is smaller than that. I think a big shot may well be 6 inches.
Does anybody know?
The ladies who Edna, she's a big shot. One of the design team will know.
It depends if it's a Big Shot Pro. The Big Shot,
bigger, aren't they?
Either the Big Shot Pro or the Big Shot Plus.
All our design team, before they got their tangerines, used other machines.
They did.
Shame to say, but they did use other ones, and I think it was. I'm not sure who used the Big Shot. I think it was Edna.
I thought I brought some tape down. I must have left it upstairs. Have you got one of our tapes?
What tape?
You know our double-sided tape.
Oh, I have in the box. Yeah.
Is it this one here? I can grab it. You haven't got one for there? Or have we got a double-sided taper there? I'll use that. I must have taken it out of the box and reused it.
There.
No.
No, it's fine. Yeah, I think you might have taken it upstairs. It should have been in that box there.
I know. No. Is there a red line tape there?
There will be a red line.
I was going to use a white one. Okay, that one will be fine. Okay. So I'm just creasing all my little folds first. There we are. Before I start. Okay. So the easiest bit is, oh, one more.
So this is going to be one big box.
It is going to be one mega box. It is.
What
going
would
to
you
be,
put in this box? Lindsay, what's your 3 level for?
It's going to be that size.
Really?
That is the size of this box.
Oh, it's not that big then.
So it's a pretty nice present.
I thought that was going to be about up there then.
No.
It's like, what is going in there?
So I'm just going to pop some tape on. You could use glue for doing this, but for speed, I am going to use my tape.
Good old trusty tape.
Exactly. So just trim the edges. So again, for those of you who are struggling to make your boxes, hopefully this will make it a little bit easier for you.
Yeah, Jenny said the big shot is 6 inches.
It's going to be too small because
What,
the
even
die,
for that one, is that
the
6
die
inches?
is, the die cut is just over 6 inches. So the die is going to be a little bit bigger again. Okay, so last side now. So I'm just putting the tape up to the line. And we'll do the same on here. So again, little bits of tape on each of them. I should have done this upstairs. I'd have been ready to go then, wouldn't I?
Doesn't matter, Al.
Sorry.
She's taping it up.
I am just taping everything ready. Makes it pretty quick at the end though. Chop these off after.
Yeah, it flies together, doesn't it, once you've done all these little
once you've done
bits.
all these, but then you can see from start to finish then exactly how long it's taken me. And it's not
a
going to
lengthy
be
process, is it? These
No.
boxes, they don't take forever. So.
And then you decide how you're going to decorate it then after.
Oh, Catherine's making her first cathedral box this morning.
Oh, well done, Catherine.
Let us know how you get on.
I know you've wanted a little go. My little tip for you making those boxes, Catherine, is put your finger behind the score line and ease it gently from the front. So that would be my tip for you today. Okay, so I'm just going to pop a couple of these together. Now I like to build the base as I'm going. That's the easiest way I find. So I've glued 2 sides together and then I'm going to pop this in.
Okay.
So gluing the sides or taping them, whichever you choose to do. Just line each side, top and bottom, so everything is neat. As I'm not doing very well here. With a bit of glue, you've got a bit of sliding room. When you haven't got glue, it can be a little bit trickier. Okay, so the next one now. So I've got them all in a line then. And then I've got one more then to take off afterwards. I do like to use glue with these because I've got a little bit of sliding room. So there's the start of my box. So again, if you put a line of tape around the bottom. For the bottom, I tend to use a bit of glue and tape. I'm a bit of a belt and braces girl on the bottom, so that I know everything is stuck. But we're going to work around it by starting to peel the tape. So what I'm looking for here is I want the join to be at the join. I'm not sure whether you can see that. My join for the card is right at the angle of the base. So that's my starting point. So let's take that away. I don't know what I've got on my hands, but everything's getting really mucky by here. I've got black on my hand. Oh, it's probably embossing powder.
Yeah, I think it is.
Right, so the next one now. Make
so
sure you
peeling
push.
as you go along then, aren't you?
Yeah, push your sides into the base. Right, now we're going to do the next side. So take your tape off and join the next side in place. There we go. And
or you could fill these with chocolates or something, couldn't you?
oh, imagine this filled with chocolate.
That'd be a lot of chocolate.
Lint.
Yes.
Gotta be lint,
Or,
isn't it?
or I do like a hero.
Oh dear.
I do.
I was going to sing then, but I better not.
What are you going to sing?
I need a hero.
Oh, God.
What else would I sing?
I don't know, I was going with the Mariah Carey route, I was then.
What
And
was
then a hero
that?
comes along.
Ah, you're a bit sloppy today.
Oh,
Ah,
God's sake.
So I'm.
They'll all come in now, everyone.
Yeah,
I know.
In.
So I'm just peeling and pushing as I'm going.
Peeling and pushing.
Peeling and pushing. So just make sure everything is at the base, because if it's not at the base, you're not going to meet up at the end. So this is the last side now.
Dun, dun, dun.
I know.
Push it a little bit away out so they can.
Sorry.
Flipping heck, Al. You
I
just want to
know.
be over
I
there
know,
today,
you
didn't
keep
she?
I
Keep all
know.
the crafty stuff.
Yeah.
I think what it is, because I'm used to
She's a
crafting
selfish
so close to
crafter,
me.
this one.
I know. And
She
that's
just
polite.
wants to watch her own stuff. She
That's
does.
polite, isn't it? I'm so used to having everything very close to me when I'm working. So this is the last side. That's going in place.
Lovely.
And the base now, make sure you push it in place so that it's at the bottom. Obviously you're definitely going to take more time than me. And the last one then is the last side. And just stick that together. And hopefully we're all with a little bit out for there.
A bit overlappy.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I mean, we got the gist.
Like I say, I would have used glue because then I have got a little bit of manoeuvrability.
Eugenie said she's making 70 tonic boxes.
Wow,
In the
Eugenie's
next
a busy
week.
girl.
What are you doing that for? Do you have an event?
She's doing a craft
stall.
Eugenie's all about the altered art. If you see,
Yeah, she's got brilliant stuff, mine.
So
I
as
do like it.
As you can see from that, I mean, I'm pressing quite hard on the top of that box and nothing is giving way.
You could even try
You
and
can
sit on it.
squeeze it and it will, but it springs back into shape.
Yeah.
And then your top then, if you're making your top, what I would say with your top is, as you're pushing these together, I won't do it with them all because you'll be fed up of watching me now. Just leave a tiny little gap and that makes it easier for the top to go in place. So if you can see there, I'm not pushing right up to the edge so the two edges are together. You see there? I'm leaving a tiny, tiny little gap. And that way the lid will go on really easily. And that is your box. So hopefully, Lindsay, that's helped you.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. So obviously it's just the gluing, isn't it, that takes the most time with that.
Exactly.
It flies together then.
What I would say as well, if you want to make this sturdier, then put your panels on the outside, because again, that's going to strengthen your box.
Beautiful.
But it's all to do with what cardstock you use.
Yeah. There we are then. We hope that helps, Lindsay. Get cracking with your kaleidoscopes.
Exactly. So the next one we had.
Oh, that's a good idea. Vicky just said if you cut the windows in the panels and put a battery operated light, they could make a nice lantern.
They would.
That'd
They
be
would.
lovely, wouldn't it? Come on, I'll do one of those for me, yeah. I'll be like wee Willy Winky.
I'll have them as well if they go in.
If they go in spare, is there? If they go in spare.
Put me down for a few.
Okay.
And then our last one, we had a request for a waterfall card.
What is a waterfall card? That was what we were asked for. What is a waterfall card? A waterfall card is a mechanism that allows you, it's easier if I show you. What am I making it from? I'm making it from this month's kit. So these are the dies you're going to get in this month's kit. So I've brought them all down.
It's a lot of dies.
It is a lot of dies. It's a lot of dies. In the words of Scylla.
You can use them all individually as well. You know, they could go nicely with on your cards.
So this is the one that makes your mechanism. So I've cut that. I've cut a little strip. And I've also used this die. So let me show you how we put it together. So we push them up there. So I've just got a tiny little A6 card. I'm just going to show you a basic card. So this is how your mechanism cuts. So you're going to crease on every fold, as with everything we do. If there's a fold line there, then it needs a crease. And there we go. So there's the 4. So our little tab then goes through the back. Whoops. There's 2 little slits here, and it goes through the back. And it comes out the other side. So this is what we are connecting everything with. There's 2 lines. I'm not sure whether you can see them. There's a deboss line on each side, and they will centralise the strip for you. They will line up with these 2 little cut lines. Okay, so you'll have a little bit of tape on these. Obviously I'm not going to finish this, but you will get the gist of what I'm doing. So we've got some tape. These are the panels, and then you decorate these as you like. But you need to keep everything flat on a waterfall card, and I will show you why now. Because everything is going to flip backwards.
Sarah said, what size card does it make?
It's not, it doesn't matter with the card. You can put this on any size card. It is just the mechanism. So I'm putting it on an A6 card, but this could be on a square card, it could be on an A5 card, it could be on a DL card. It is any size card you want. So last one. I find these easier to put tape on, which is unusual for me because you know me, I like my glue. But I find these to get more accurate with a bit of tape. Okay, so we've got the lines here, and on each one we're starting at the base, and that's all I'm doing is lining up right up against the crease line. So there's my first layer. So nothing underneath that is stuck. It is literally just that one piece of tape. And again,
so you can use different colours as well.
You can use different colours. You can put words on these. You can put secret messages on them. There's lots of things you can do with these. So I'm just lining up with each of these lines.
You could have I love you, and then it just goes down.
And then underneath, not.
Yeah. Will you?
Joking.
Will you?
Only joke.
Buy me something nice for
Yeah.
Christmas? Will you cook for me?
Will you? ...
But Eli, my nephew, he had a they have to do a school thing where we had to say, I love my mummy because she cooks for me, and that was the thing.
Oh, love him.
So there's all our mechanism all together. So the only bit we glue with this, or tape, is the side bits. And all the crease line.
Predicting a sellout again, so yeah, loads of other stuff. If you want to see that video of Jodie unboxing the kit, now you know what a waterfall card is. If that's what you were waiting for. that's why you didn't subscribe, then you know, get subscribing, because Ali's going to show you just now. I think tomorrow we're going to show a bit more.
I have got another one. This is just the starting bit. Right. What I tend to do is glue this, and I haven't today. But I will show you exactly what I'm doing tomorrow with this. So that is my little strip all glued in place. Oops, it's moved. My little strip is glued to itself and I don't want it to. Right, that is it. I will glue that in place tomorrow. So how does this work? You just pull, and that is what a waterfall is.
OMG.
So it is purely the mechanism. And then you write on there whatever you want. So you've got lots of little places that you can put your messages.
I love
Your
it.
secret messages can be here. You've got some baker's twine in the kit as well that you can thread through the little hole at the bottom. You've got lots of these pretty little dies here. You can put a heart on the bottom and pull with the heart. So there are lots of things you can do with it.
How lush. That is like one of those satisfying videos.
Oh, you will love it.
Love it.
I wouldn't stop all day. That's why I can't have that card.
You love a kinetic
Work
card,
would cease
don't
to
you?
happen if I had that card. Just how smooth it is. And it would be so fiddly to do that, measuring and doing it all
Oh,
without
it's-
the die. So
I stopped
Look
making
how
them.
easy that is.
I made them years ago, but not many, and it was just faff. And I thought, oh,
Tell you
I
what,
really can't be bothered.
The stuff you could do with this though, you could somehow turn this into an animal, like his mouth is opening.
You could
or
do. You could
anything
do.
like that, couldn't you?
Yeah, you could.
Some little eyeballs, turn it into a giraffe or something. Oh, where's his tongue? There it is.
That's
yeah,
it.
yeah.
That's it. But it not only will it go down the card, that could be across the card as
Yeah.
well.
Do like a sunset or a sun.
Yes, you
across
could.
the sky.
You know when you have those
Aww.
books when you were little and you used to draw in the
Flip book.
bottom corner,
Yeah.
and they used to be moving like a smiley face,
Like a
and
flip
then yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's your flip book.
Yeah.
That is exactly
Fab
your
little
flip
die
book.
that is, guys. You want one of these in your life.
So there we are.
There we go. And that's everything.
Do we have any other questions?
Do we have any other questions? Anybody? Any takers?
Why are you so awesome, Ali? That's just what I said.
Ah, what a sucker.
And you, Laura.
I have to put that down to my parents,
That is
I'm
the
afraid.
best, yeah.
Flipping heck.
Why are you so special?
It's my special needs, is there?
Why are you so cheese?
Why am I so cheesy?
Are we okay for
Cheese
today? Are we-
Best.
Right.
We're
We'll
okay,
ignore
we're
that.
good. I'm
I
just
think-
giving you a second. Sorry, Naomi, you said, woo, I've made it. Good morning. We're just about to leave.
Oh, Naomi, you'll have to watch us back, I'm
Watch it on
afraid.
You can watch it all, it's
And
all
know
uploaded, YouTube
that you're
as
only
well.
half an hour behind.
It's fine.
So there we go. And so yeah, we hope you've enjoyed it. We've done some nice little tutorials
Lovely,
today.
little individual
Well, we're giving you
sections
some
there.
bits that you can go forward with
God,
as
yeah.
well. You know, that's what we plan to do. I don't plan to do full projects on our coffee and craft. They're always little techniques and things
Yeah.
that you take forward and you
Snippets.
put into your crafting.
Yeah,
Yes.
just to help give you a bit of inspiration, really. And if
Exactly.
there's any little bit you need help with, instead of having to watch a whole tutorial, we'll just do that bit for you.
Exactly.
So don't forget now, another 2 weeks' time, we'll have our next coffee and craft. Get your questions in and we will be able to do
Festive
them.
questions will be well into
Let's
Christmas
have
now.
a
Oh,
festive
yes.
one. I'm
Yeah, it'll be
already.
December by then.
I'm feeling festive at the moment anyway.
It is, that's on.
I'm
It's
away
pretty much
next
Christmas
week
There's
anyway.
really
anyway.
much happening in it.
I'm
got-
away because it's my anniversary next week.
How many years, Al?
30.
Ah,
Yay.
lovely.
30 years. So it's been a long one, but he's a keeper.
There we go.
Well, it's a bit late anyway now, Al, to be fair, isn't it?
Well, he did say to me when we got married, I'm going to trade you in after 7 years. I said, thanks, love.
Like a race car.
So he could have had quite a few by now, but he hasn't.
Oh,
It's still me.
Oh, he's lucky to have you, I think. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. He doesn't think that on days.
So there we are, guys. We'll see you in 2 weeks. But get your Christmassy ones in.
Oh.
I'd like some Christmas stuff.
The prize box.
Prize box
this week-
prize.
Oh,
So Laura can show it now.
So
That's what
yesterday's?
went in yesterday. This is what's going in today.
This is yesterday's.
That's today.
That's
And if
today.
they commented on
Which
the-
one's today, oh? Right, thank
If
you.
they commented on the video, then they're entered.
He's just nodding down at 2 of them. I can't see which one he's nodding at. So this was yesterday's. Lovely, awesome pack. How many are there? 2, 3, 4, 5 packs. And you've got the special luxury papers there too.
This book is
They are fantastic.
And what do we have? Ooh, nice. Shadow box. Nice big one there for you.
We've seen lots of fantastic things on our Tonic Live page making the shadow box.
Guys, you need this for Christmas, for presents and stuff, especially with these papers. You could make some beautiful frames for Christmas with this.
The speciality papers are 250 GSM, so they would make some stunning boxes as well.
Christmassy as well. Oh, it's an exciting one, so yeah.
Or if you don't want to use the paper to make the main box, but these as the layers.
Yeah.
Oh,
they're gorgeous. You could put pretty Christmas flowers around it. Oh, love it. Can I win?
Unfortunately, unless you commented on the video, you won't be able
so
to
just
win.
being in it isn't enough.
Being in the video, unfortunately, means you're ineligible.
Comment.
Sorry, Al. You got a craft room, you're alright.
I'm alright.
She's alright. She got bloody endless stuff.
She has got a lot of stuff.
I do share.
You do share, to be fair. She gave me a bag of glimmer paste the other day.
To have a play,
I did. I was in a right mess.
Where?
I was. I didn't have the right sponge gel.
Oh.
It all went wrong. And I had to wash it all off anyway.
Oh. But now you know what to do. You can have another go.
I will. I did have fun
another
with
go.
it, mind. So yeah, guys, get your questions in for 2 weeks. And are we having a special comment for this? No. Just any comment.
Wow. On YouTube or Facebook.
Awesome.
You're in, so if it's your first time, you've been watching all the way through and you're thinking, oh, I want to be entered. Just say, hey, did you enjoy the show? Say yes, say what you're up to, and you're entered then. Vicky just asked, before we go, when's the new Tonic magazine out? Yeah, I think on
January.
Craft Stash, they did a little live sort of sneak peek of stuff they got coming up on previous magazines, so pop over to their page as well and you'll be able to watch some videos. But yeah, we've got a magazine coming up soon. The usual excellent value that you'll have in that too. So that's it.
Yeah, so have a lovely day.
Have a lovely day, everyone.
Go and get yourself another coffee now, because I know you're all parched. And we'll see you for another Coffee and Craft in 2 weeks.
We
so
will.
From all of us, bye guys.